Hi, everyone. Today we're going to talk about Desmos classroom activities and the first steps here on It's Your Cue with Susan Q. McGrath. Anyway, we've got here in teacher.desmos.com the home page. So for Fayette County Public School teachers, when you type in teacher.desmos.com and it wants you to it'll say maybe create an account. You just need to sign in with your Google single sign on. You've already got that account in there. So you're going to see featured collections. Collections are kind of bundles of classroom activities that Desmos has put together by topic. Those are over here on the left-hand side. You can view all of them. They keep adding more and more. It's wonderful. You can also look at featured collections here as well by hitting view all. You have your own collections that you can create. So we're going to talk about that in a moment. Down here, we've also got featured activities by Desmos. Also, they'll have other featured activities that are by community members that Desmos will put on their site. And these featured activities are usually like the most popular, the new ones that are out right now. But there is a most popular tab here. So let's say I want to create a collection. So I'm a big fan of being organized. And so as soon as I was getting started with classroom activities, I created like a geometry folder. For now, what we do with Pearson Envision AGA is I've created topic folders by subject area. So you'll see those and I've shared those out with you. I've also bookmarked a lot of activities in the past, and there's my geometry folder from long ago. If I want to add to my collection, I'm going to show you that in a minute. I need to start a collection. So I would hit new collection. I can choose a color for that collection, a title. I would choose a link because you can now share out these collections with your PLC or your team if you're working with another math teacher in your pod or however that goes in your middle grades or lower grades. So that's how I create a new collection. And then just hit create new collection at the bottom. Okay, so once I've got my create collection folder ready to go, then I want to search for classroom activities. So how do I find those? You can go into the featured collections. You could look at the most popular, or you can search for an activity by topic or the type of activity it is. Um, so let's say I'm doing rational equations or rational functions this month. And so I'm going to type rational and then hit enter. And then it'll pull up rational uh, function or uh, numbers and where we could see any type of rational. So let's say I want to use this polygraph by Mary. So I can add that to my collection of rational functions. I just could click on the topic and then I hit save. And you can do multiple topics if you want. But what if I just kind of want to look at that first before I do that? So I'm going to go to our most popular right now just so you can get a sense of those. And you can see that these are in bundles by the blue here. So those are in certain collection bundles that are featured on Desmos. So let's say I want to do this, look at this land the plane. So I'm going to click on it. I can get some information about where my students can use that, the time, excuse me, looking for more activities there. And then the class code is going to be like how I get my students ready to go. But good rule of thumb is to either assign this class code for yourself to play with it, maybe in your groups with your teachers, or maybe just ask one of your teachers to be the student and you be the teacher or so forth, just to get an idea of what it's like. You can look at a student preview that way as well, and what is going on there. And what's nice is there's teacher moves at the bottom, and there's also going to be sample responses that you might get from students on that slide. So you could click through it, read through it, you could even do it. And again, there is a teacher guide that I'm going to show you in a little bit here that will do the same thing. So that's what we've got there. And that class gallery is real cool, but we'll get to that later. So let's say I do like this and I put it in I've added it to my collection, or I've shared it out with the teacher I want. Maybe I'm just working with one other teacher and I just want to share this one out real quick. You can also copy and edit um, certain activities so that you can kind of play around with slides. Maybe if it's a longer activity and you want to cut it a little bit, there's a copy and edit feature. So I'm going to hit create class code and literally we're ready to go. So this creates a 6-letter or digit code that students you can give your students. You can copy a student link. You can then look at the dashboard for the teacher of it. And then I can also go back to it as well. This is the link that we just saw. You can copy and put in your LMS. And then your students will go to student.desmos.com. They have, again, a Google single sign-on, so you can use that. And then you could even input this link into your Google Classroom or Edmodo, whatever LMS you're using. Okay. So now this is what I would see. The dashboard is what I want to have up on my uh, projector or my tablet or laptop so I can see what's going on. And I also have great functionality with managing and creating class discussions with this right here. The teacher guide is here as well. And that has a nice PDF basically of the activities, the learning targets you want to achieve, all the slides, and then each slide with the teacher moves and the sample responses that we saw in the student preview. I love the My Notes section because it provides reflection. So this might be something I have open or out while the students are working on it or right after so that I can kind of take some notes and share those out, or just so I have a recollection of what happened, because that sometimes is a problem I have. So I hope this helps. We're going to look at other aspects of the teacher dashboard later, but this is a good first start. So thanks.